And we're starting without Frank.
Oh, hello. Hi. Thank you. I know. I now realize that sometimes our intros are a little weird, especially like if you're listening to this like while you're driving or whatever. Like they're so awkward. It should be like, I feel like if you're driving, it should be more like a soothing, like, "Hi, welcome to your drive. This is Nerdoholics on the way to work."
No.
No?
We're not those people.
Oh, okay.
We're not.
I mean,
we're
you're
not
not
that.
wrong.
we're not those. We're not that polished.
Yeah,
Frank.
that's
like,
fair.
And like, even look at what we're doing today. We have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah.
I literally just pressed go, and we have no topic. We have no.
I have some things.
We have no like trajectory for the day. It's just
but
whatever shenanigans.
Yeah.
Come to pass. I was trying to think of a smart word, and it did not. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, though, I mean, I'm gonna go on a weird tangent. We're just gonna start this off right away.
Sure.
Have you seen the filters that they have on TikTok?
No.
Right now?
No.
There's a whole bunch of those like blind rating.
Oh,
filters.
like the red flag. Oh no, wait, no.
No. Like it has like a rating of like 1 through 10, and then it like shows you characters from a different like movie or like series or stuff like that, and then you have to like blind rate the character, like where you would put them, like 1 through 10. So like they have like a Lord of the Rings one, and like it's like you get Gandalf, and you're like, where do you put him on a ranking of 1 through 10?
10 being the best, 10 being the worst.
10 being the worst.
1.
And then but then you get Aragorn. Then what do? You
2.
get Gandalf 1, and then you get Aragorn right after.
Yeah, because Gandalf gets 1 because magic.
Okay, we are different people.
What?
We are wildly different.
Gandalf was an angel who became a wizard. Like 1. He what?
I mean, sure, yeah, he has a great story. I understand he's pertinent to the story.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go off who I love the most, and that's going to be Aragorn. He's going to be my number 1, always, forever, and always and forever. Number 1.
He's high ranked. I don't think he's number 1.
Aragorn is it. Okay? There's no one else. You just... No one compares. I used to have a life-size, like, cardboard cutout of Aragorn in my room.
I just want to point out Frodo's like 8.
Yeah, Frodo's not
The more you watch it, the more you realize, like, Frodo's just some guy.
Yeah, Frodo's not it, man.
Like, I feel like the movies, when they were marketed, right, they really marketed Frodo. And I guess you have to, right? You have to pitch that hard because, like, it's his kind of story.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, he just walked a lot.
Frodo wouldn't have made it far without his Sam.
Hey, don't. We don't need to talk about all that.
He would. Sam is it.
No, definitely. No, Sam for sure is like. Had Sam not been there, Frodo would not have made it very far at all. So
Frodo would have died like immediately. Like like he probably would have crossed the river by himself and then died like almost immediately after.
I don't think so. I think he would.
Gollum would have fucking killed him the minute he saw him. Like,
Gollum
it would have been like no
would've...
hesitation. But because there were 2 of them, he was like,
able to. He was like, yeah.
But no, Sam was like, he saved the day, man.
He did. I just don't like him.
Why not?
Because he's a little bitch.
No,
like,
he's not.
Not in like actions, and just like he's always like he's fucking Mr. Frodo. Like it's like fucking relax, Sam. Like I get you couldn't in that situation, but I just found him very annoying.
He was loyal. That's called loyalty, Frank.
Yeah,
you don't understand that concept, apparently.
Sam really wanted Frodo, and it was just a little much. The undertones were a little weird.
Okay, and Frodo didn't want Sam? Are you kidding me?
I'm not saying it wasn't reciprocated. Okay.
The way Frodo would look at Sam?
No, I know.
Like,
I know. Yeah. It was They were
that look?
Yeah. But this is the thing. The argument is that the reason they're
those big old eyes.
Yeah. The argument, though, is always that, like, because I bring this up constantly to other Lord of the Rings nerds just to make them mad, and they're always like, no, they're fucking hobbits. They're just fucking jolly and they frolic a lot, okay? Don't fucking put that human indication on them, okay? I'm like, hey, a hobbit's hole, a hobbit's hole, so...
Okay, but you also have to think about it though that it is a different time and it's a different world where men.
I don't think they cared about the like in Lord of the Rings world. They got all kinds of. They don't care who's fucking who.
No, but at the same time, it's also a very like open world, if that makes sense. Like men weren't afraid to show affection to other men.
No, yeah,
like, even
for sure.
Even look at the world of men. Like Aragorn, like. Straight up shows affection to Boromir and like kisses him on the forehead and like there is so much like just manly affection, but in like a non-gay way.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Man,
Yes, you're right. No, yes, you're right. I'm just saying that there was also like
there was gay way too.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I mean, all right, there was both ways.
We don't go over there.
You shall not pass.
Or shall you? No, just, but
oh God, now I'm just thinking every single line has an innuendo now.
Yeah, for sure.
Like every single line. Like now I'm just thinking about when they're trapped in Moria and Gandalf doesn't know which way to go.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's like, oh, the air smells less foul down here. Like now just everything's an innuendo.
Oh, for sure.
Son
You
of a bitch.
fool of a took. I don't know how that would be taken, but
That's a really good line though.
Isn't it? Like,
I love that line.
You know what's funny? I didn't know what he meant by that for the longest time. Until like almost like I would say like a couple of years ago that I realized, oh, that's his name.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I thought he was just saying some Middle Earth fucking, saying or something. I didn't know he was like that. He was like, no, you're a fucking dumbass. Just you.
His name is
Like,
Peregrine Took.
I didn't understand. You think I learned that? I don't remember most girls I date's last names. You think I'm remember this guy's last name? No.
Yes, because you're a nerd and that's what you do with nerdy things.
I'm weird with last names sometimes.
About?
I don't know. I don't remember last names sometimes.
What's Mary's last name? What's Mary's full name?
Smith.
Do you know Mary's full name? Like his
I used to. I know I've heard it before. It's like I forgot.
Maryadoc.
Maryadoc?
Maryadoc Brandybuck.
Yeah. Okay. I knew it was like something like grand, but
Jesus Christ.
What
is wrong with you?
I can memorize other shit. I don't even know the fucking last name.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
We're gonna teach you Hobbit names and like character names because
I'm
this
okay
is
with
unacceptable
character
behavior.
names, but just I don't need to know the last name. I don't need to know their surname, where they came from, their lineage. Oh, well, that's not true. I do know a lot of lineages, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't.
Something weird with the last name just doesn't stick.
You're killing me right now.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings is amazing, and you need to know everybody's names fully to the full extent.
Yeah. Well, did you know that after? Okay, I'm gonna get this wrong because I always say their names. I always confuse their names because they're literally like one syllable fucking away.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. Not Sauron, Saruman.
Yes. The White Wizard.
Yeah, after he loses his powers, he invades the Shire, and he takes on a new name. Do you know what the name is?
No, I don't remember.
It's ridiculous. It's like it's not. It's Sharky.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's so stupid. It's so
That's
ridiculous. Right. Like it's so crazy. It's like all these crazy ass names. Sharky. Like what is happening?
He's like Grandpa Shark Doo Doo
Yeah.
Grandpa Shark Doo Doo.
Now give me your money. Like you know what I mean? Like
I like the extended version of the movie though, where he dies. Because it's gruesome and it's great. Yeah. I love it.
I'm kind of shocked that we
didn't
get the extended versions like in the theaters, just because like, well, I guess
they never released the extended versions.
You've seen no, I guess that's true, but it would have been kind of cool to get that like
on the DVDs or Blu-rays now or whatever the hell else we're gonna get now all our digital just stuff.
Have you seen Hateful Eight, the Quentin Tarantino movie? So Hateful Eight was already like a really long movie, and it's a very dialogue heavy because they're kind of in like more or less the same area for a lot of the movie, and they're just kind of playing like this weird verbal chess game because there's a lot of like they know that somebody in this room is not who they say they are, but they can't figure it out, and that's kind of the part of the movie.
Yeah.
And so they released like this super cut of the fucking movie that it's like I think it was almost like 4 hours long or something, but they released it on Netflix. I ended up watching it. I loved it because it was super unnecessary. Like I'm glad they didn't release in theaters because a lot of it was extra dialogue and then like just like from like the coyote's point of view, like just crazy shots that nobody really needed. But like if you love that movie, you're gonna love it. So that movie, I don't feel it was necessary. Like it was cool, but it wasn't necessary. Lord of the Rings, though, we had to cut like major parts of the story. So I feel like it would have been cool to see that. I would love to see that in theater. Like there's certain movies that it's good to watch it with the huge screen and the fucking sound and the popcorn.
But sometimes they do those like special things where it's like they're like for 2 nights only we're gonna play all the extended versions of this blah blah blah.
That's true.
Like,
they just played Return of the Jedi Anniversary Edition in the theaters for
like sometimes they do like things like that or whatever. But like I've actually never seen them do like an extended. I don't think like the extended versions of movies in like the theaters. That would be cool.
Yeah.
To see,
right?
to go to. You know, I want to dress up.
Yeah, I feel like
go watch a movie. Be pretty rad.
The movie experience has changed a lot since we were kids.
Like the theater?
Yeah.
The actual movie experience. No, do you not remember that's what our movie theater used to be called?
Oh, no.
The movie experience?
No, I did. Oh, it was, huh?
Yeah. So, yeah, our little hometown. Yeah, it used to be called the movie experience.
Yeah. No, but I just feel like you used to, like, you know, Thursday night midnight releases were crazy, and like people would like wait in line, and like
I miss those.
Yeah,
like,
right.
That was like, it was such a bonding like experience with like your friends and stuff like that. You're like, hey, like this movie's coming out, like we're gonna go see it on the midnight premiere and stuff like that. And there was so many people there, and it was like you were waiting in line. Some people dressed up, or you were just like, you know, you wear like your T-shirt, whatever, your favorite character, this, that, whatever. I miss that. We don't have that anymore.
Not really.
Like ever since like COVID and everything happened, it's like everything's changed. Like we don't even really like. I know you have like the movie pass thing, and you go to the movies pretty often. But at the same time, it's like I feel like a lot of the time we don't even really go to the movies too much anymore. Like,
yeah, I just went to I wanted to see Spider-Man Across, or what's the name of it? It's the
newest one.
Into the Spiderverse.
Into the thick of it.
Yeah.
Into the thick of it.
And I wanted to watch it before like I could see any spoilers or anything. Yeah. So I got it for Thursday. And it was like midday. It wasn't even like Thursday midnight. I watched it like Thursday at
it's like the movie comes out on Friday, but actually it comes out on Thursday. But then there's a midnight showing on Wednesday. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's weird. And so I was like, whatever. And the biggest thing I see now is the popcorn bucket. Popcorn buckets have become huge again.
I'm still so mad that I did not get the Dungeons and Dragons one because I went so late.
It was so expensive.
I don't care. I was spending the $35 on it, man. I wanted it. I had to have it, and I still didn't get it because we went super late.
They are really cool, but it's just like because they released some for the Spider-Man movie, and it's just their heads, so it's weird because like just the back of their head pops up, and you're just like brains.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat your brains.
But they're really cool busts of like the you know Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen. Good movie overall. I have a problem with it. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm not gonna talk about it. You can watch it on your own, mostly because Jasmine hasn't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I told Frank we're not allowed to talk about it. So,
but watch it. Just.
Okay. I'll probably like it because I know nothing. So
again, it wasn't lore wise. I liked it up until a point. It was more a lot of the choices that they made, with how they did things. Not has to do with like and you do the cool thing. I will say lots of spider people.
I like that.
Lots of spider people, which is really cool.
Because like I really liked what was the first one? I thought that was the Into the Spider-Verse.
Is that one Into?
I think that one's Into the Spider-Verse.
I
don't remember.
The Spider-Verse or
whatever.
Something.
Yeah, whatever. The first one was whatever the first one was. I actually really enjoyed that, and I actually watched it at home because it's been so long since it came out, and it was just it was on whatever, and I was like, oh, cool. Like I haven't seen this. I'll watch it. And I got really into it actually. Like I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, and I was like, this is really good. Like I'm really enjoying this. But I mean, still, obviously, was it Homecoming?
Yes, Homecoming was the
one, right? With all the crossing over. That one though.
I will say this one has really cool cameos. That one I will say. That's the one thing I was like, oh.
Is the Nick Miller Spider-Man still in this one?
Nick Miller?
The old Spider-Man. He plays like the older like. Kind of,
yes, yeah.
I love
Peter
him.
E. Parker. Is it Peter E. Parker?
I don't know. It's Jake Johnson, and I just I fucking love him. And is Nick Cage in this one too? He plays Spider-Man Noir
for like 0.5 seconds.
That's it. That's all we get.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of like things that like just choices in the movie that I was just like, what? Why did you do this? I don't like this. Why am I not getting what I expected?
Maybe Nick was too busy with Renfield and he couldn't add in his.
It definitely wasn't that.
His voice acting prowess.
It's definitely how they chose to. It just.
Hey man,
I'm
just trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay?
Let's just say they're milking a lot of things, all right. They just whatever.
And we all know Frank can't have milk because he's lactose intolerant.
Exactly.
So.
I was like, can I get almond milk, please? This is ridiculous. I was upset. I was mad at the end of the movie. That's all. I was disappointed.
Okay.
That's how I should say. Because I was excited for a lot of things, and then I was just like, this, and then I walked out a little upset.
I understand that feeling all too well.
Yeah.
I hate that.
So,
I hate that for you. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
We can move on. We can talk about something else. Do you want to talk about this drink that we made?
Yeah,
that we
we
haven't
should
talked
probably do
about
the one
in the last
that I pretty
15
much
and a half minutes?
drank because it's amazing.
Yeah, you like chugged that thing. You really liked it apparently. So.
It's just like okay. So one of my favorite
Frank's
drinks.
all of a sudden, logic.
Yeah. Brain juice. So
Why did you say that in the recording? Brain juice.
I don't know. Well, you know why? What popped in my head is there's a this is real inside baseball, but there's this show called In the Green Room, which is a show where he's like a comic who's very known, but he's also unknown by like the main people. Like he's not mainstream. Paul prevents it, and what he does is he would go to this comedy festival and fill the room with comedians and audience members mixed in. And then he would have 4 comedians in the middle of the room, and they would be having a discussion. And the audience members can kind of jump in a little bit, but they always have to have like a point. But one of the things that they're talking about is one of the guys says brain cum, and it's a very focal point of that episode. And so when I thought, I was like, oh, brain juice, same thing.
What? What is? What?
One of the guys said he said he's like something like.
Well, what is it?
What is brain cum?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he said the word.
I need answers.
He goes. One of the guys says something about. I think the word was colloquia, or it's a word that means brain secretion or something like that. And so he goes, "Oh yes, brain cum." And so when you said brain, the logic thing that my brain put together, and I went brain juice.
Okay, the brain cum. Okay, all right.
It's brain cum.
Okay, we don't need a song
it
for it.
It has to be sung. That's how it was originally done. It was sung. So yeah, real inside baseball. No one's gonna get it besides me, but hopefully you enjoy that little explanation. You can find it on YouTube. Go on YouTube and find this one real weird episode of this show. It's really funny. Either way. So this drink is amazing.
Yeah, like, can we get back to the drink?
One of my favorite drinks is whiskey sours, and I think that's why I'm enjoying this so much, because it's very sour, or it's tart, I should say.
Yeah.
But it's a
I was
nice.
gonna say less sour, more tart.
Yeah, more tart, but then you have this really nice sugar rim,
which cuts the tartness a little bit.
You lick it.
Definitely no. Is that how you do it, Frank? You lick it and then okay. All right. Well, this got weird. You're welcome, everyone at home, for that, I guess. Frank enjoying his brain cum. I guess that's the new name of this drink?
Yeah, it's brain cum.
Okay.
It's Blue Manna, but if you look on our...
I think you prefer brain cum.
I do. It's much funnier. But, yeah, so no, it's a great drink. If you want to explain a little bit.
Citrus vodka, you have blue curacao, you have cranberry juice, lime juice, and glitter.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I just realized I had sugar in the corner of my mouth.
Yeah.
A little treat for later.
Right. And so, but yeah, it's an amazing drink. Go watch on Instagram if you want to see how it's made. I highly recommend you making it yourself, because it's really tasty.
Yeah, Frank just downed it. So
I did.
I guess I should have made more. So sorry, Frank.
Yeah.
Now you just have to drink out of your giant green water bottle.
Yes.
So.
Actually, I love it. I bought this thing and I love it. Because
it just looks like a gallon jug of water.
It is, but this is the thing. So
this is the thing. Okay.
This is super off topic from what we talk about, but it's made by Gallon Gear.
Oh, okay. All right.
Gallon Gear.
So just a shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug.
Got it.
They're a great company. This water bottle costs way too much. I won't put that out there. Okay. So I don't blame you if you don't buy it, but I'm the kind of person that when I see something and I want the product, like I have to have it. So I paid $50 for this fucking water bottle.
Hey, it holds your AirPods.
It does. Like, this is mainly what I bought, which you can buy this whole thing separately, but I was like, I like that this is like a super reusable, and it keeps your drinks insulated, so like I can put cold water in here and it stays cold for quite a while. And I also like the mouthpiece is like super wide, and it like has a little fucking gasket on the top, so it can spill over. I don't know. I love water bottles, and this is by far my favorite one. And I like it because I go to the gym a lot, and I know it doesn't look like it, but I do. And I hate carrying my keys and my shit in my pockets. And
I also hate that.
Like,
that was like my
so
biggest
annoying.
pet peeve with going to the gym, is that I didn't want to take anything with me, but you always have stuff. Like I'm not going to go somewhere without my wallet. I'm not going to go somewhere. I'm going to have keys because I'm going to be driving there.
Right.
So it's like, but like, what am I supposed to do with this when I get to the gym? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna leave this in a locker. Cause
Yeah, no, it's annoying, right? Because what if I need my phone or what if I need
Yeah.
So I literally just put everything in here. This little loop can hold your keys, and I put my fucking AirPods here, and I have a spare cap here, and I just put my wallet and whatever else. And if you put your phone on this portion, you can still, like, use your phone without... Yeah, exactly. Beep, boop, beep, boop. And it's fun, and I can measure how much, because I'm really trying hard to, like, drink a gallon a day. So I've been doing really well with that. So it kind of, I feel guilty.
Is that how much you're supposed to drink a day? Or I thought you were supposed to drink, like, more than that, isn't it?
Isn't
it like eight fluid ounces? Or is that, that's 64. So that would be a gallon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's more or less a gallon, yeah.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
So, yeah.
Math is hard.
Minimum, you should be drinking, like, this much. But I believe, like...
There's water in coffee and there's water in beer, so I'm good.
No, there's other ways to get your water, because you get water from food, too. But I just really like to make sure that I'm hydrated all the time. And so this helps me out a lot. So
I'm real bad at staying hydrated.
Thank you, Gallon Gear, for making something that I wanted to buy.
Brought to you by us.
Us,
because
yes.
We are not sponsored.
Yeah, we're not sponsored at all, which would be nice.
Hey, Gallon Gear.
People. Like, I know, right? I would love it if they sponsored me. But, you know, one at a time.
Okay, Frank.
I wouldn't know what I would do with all the bottles. They'd send me so many bottles, I'd have to give them out. I'd be like...
Frank would just be in the gym, like...
Yeah.
Drinking.
I'm not going to lie, though. Like, when it's full... It is like crazy how much it like to lift it. It's like it's almost like an extra workout.
Yeah, I need to start working on this arm again.
We can just get you a Gallon Gear
because this one be looking swole and this one be looking nothing.
Here, let's see. You can lift it as like a weight. So you can take it with you and still stay hydrated, but then also see
get swole. Get swole. Hold on, this is in the way. Okay, there we go. Look at that.
See?
Look at me, just working out
Functional
while we're recording.
Yeah,
hey everyone.
No matter where you're at, you can.
In case you want to stay hydrated and you want to work out at the same time, Gallon Gear. It's here for you. Like
my freaking cousin's girlfriend. I was telling her about it. She's like, "Oh, you want a purse?" I'm like, "Shut up, I hate you." But yeah, also.
Okay, here you can have that back now. Oh shit.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just knocking everything over.
Yeah.
You're welcome, everybody, for that weird armpit shot I just gave you. I'm very sorry. Good thing I shaved today. Anyway.
Guns. Welcome to Jasmine's Gun Show. No. You know? Like, one of those.
Oh, my God. And this is us, like, sober. Because
I'm not
even...
No, I'm not
This hasn't even kicked in yet.
I know,
We're
it's crazy.
ridiculous humans.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So I continue letting Zelda ruin my life. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Really cool function of the game.
Which, speaking of... Sorry, I'm going to completely cut you off.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I still have not given you your Christmas present.
God damn it, Jasmine.
And you just reminded me by saying that.
Cool.
I'm sorry for who I am as a person. Like, I just want to say that right now. That I've literally, like... Okay, so, but remember, I had your Christmas present done.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, Dante decided to fucking eat it.
He knew.
And destroyed it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what he has against you. What did you do to my dog?
Me and him are super chill.
Well, apparently
but you know what? Actually, I don't know which one of your dogs did this. And I talked about it yet. But one of your dogs tried to... He got me in the middle of my sleep. I woke up... I don't know if it's still on my stomach. There. You're going to take a... Do you see this line? I woke up in the middle of the night to a scratch on my belly. I was dog sitting for Jasmine, and I wake up in the middle of the night to I went to the bathroom and I was like, that wasn't there before, and there was just a huge red line on my stomach, and I have no clue how I got there.
Was the dude?
Did you
and
let
I feel
them
bad
sleep
because I don't
with
know if it was.
They weren't there before and they weren't there after. They were like around me, but they weren't like in the bed with me.
Maybe there's a demon in that room, Frank.
I don't know. It was the strangest things.
Okay.
I woke up and I was like, which one of you tried to murder me? I'm like, I've fed both of you. I play with both of you. One of you tried to murder me. I don't know which one it
renewed it
was.
for a fourth season. I'm still hoping.
I would probably say it was probably Sadie.
I would
only say that
some of the best comic relief on the show, and I do want to meet the redhead.
A little bit longer and a little bit more
by far
painful.
is one of the funniest guys on the show.
Yeah, plus Dante doesn't really move.
That's fair. I was like,
he's usually kind of.
I feel like had. Well, I did notice this.
Sadie's very spastic.
I just watched an episode.
I do remember this. I do remember I had like turned over and my arm was like off of the bed.
own
and
version of
like
Star
I
Trek
kept
versus
waking up
making
because
fun of Star
Sadie kept
Trek.
coming over
And
and
they
like
have
putting
an
her
episode
head
where
in
he
my
Yeah,
time
she'll do
travels.
that.
Yeah,
and
so
She's like, oh hey, are you awake? Nudge,
so
nudge,
starting
nudge,
maybe
nudge,
it was
nudge,
that.
nudge,
was
nudge.
stuck in this
It
time
could've
they
been.
were going
She
to
was
get
like,
home,
eh?
and
Yeah,
then
she
they
does
basically
that.
go
So
back in
it's
time to
definitely
the point where
probably
he
safe.
doesn't
Okay.
have the family
Cool.
yet,
I would
and
give it
bring
to
him
her.
home.
It tripped me
Before I
out.
gave
I
it
was
to
asleep in the
Dante.
morning. I was like, oh my god, they tried to take my
Basically-
kidneys. Like,
make it so he never had this family. So
Calm
he
down,
wanted
Charlie.
him home. And his former self,
Charlie.
Yeah.
Magical Leo Player
but yeah,
was
so
actually,
He
go-
just told us the
I
way.
feel like I'm watching
Three
a
Dogs
really
destroyed my
serious
gift,
Star
yes.
Wars,
Yeah.
Star Trek
Yeah,
episode
so-
that they had to make
and
a,
I
and I'm like, whoa,
redid it.
Wow,
Okay.
the writing on the show,
Yeah, like the writing
Oh, okay.
evolved to make it like an
So-
actual like
So one day.
sci-fi, genuine
creepy show instead
Yeah,
of
because
just
I
kind
don't
of
even
being
know if
like
it's still
a farce
really
of a
good
show.
necessarily.
Exactly, from the spook show to now.
Because
it
you know
is
what,
a
I'm just
genuine
gonna tell
sci-fi
you,
show. I can't
Yeah,
watch
sure.
and
it.
we're gonna tell you
And
on
so
podcast.
it was
So
like, I did kind of be like,
what I
do
pretty
kinda
much
wanna
did
go
was
there?
I 3D printed
because
you
it's so
the Zelda
disingenuous to
like
me, I
little
couldn't do it.
symbol.
oh,
But yeah, no, if I
And it
That's
has
kind
a
of the way it felt
stand,
too, because like,
but the way
yeah,
that
I know
it
you
prints
mentioned it a couple
out,
times.
it,
You're like, hey, don't
it's
you want to
very,
go talk to a Power Ranger? Like I was dressed
kind
up,
of
obviously, as a
top
Power Ranger.
heavy, I guess.
But at the
Sure.
same time, like,
So
it
the
just
original
felt
one that I
weird.
did,
Like, to go
like I
walk
painted
up
it
to
gold,
the
I did all the
people who
things,
legitimately
and it
played these
looked
characters,
great. But it was
and
like
then
very
there's
top
me,
heavy, so I had to
my
add like
little
extra
Amazon
resin to like the
fucking
back of it
onesie.
to
Yeah.
kind of
Like,
like level it out.
hey,
So when Dante
big
destroyed
fan,
it,
like,
I
weird.
decided I was
Yeah.
gonna
It's
print out two
fucking
of them and I was gonna
weird.
slap
Yeah.
them together
Yeah.
instead.
Like,
So
it
then I
would've been
had
cool,
like
but at the
it
same
was
time,
just
like,
a
it just felt
flat
weird.
thing.
Yeah,
But it was really
And I
cool,
just
even
never-
just getting to like
I printed
see
out.
them.
yeah, I would love that.
And then
even
everything
just that
happened
in itself
and then
is
now
like really
it's
cool. Like
June.
fucking Yellow
So,
Ranger is just right there. You know,
yeah.
Yeah,
my
they're
childhood
still-
is right in
Yeah.
front of me.
I'm
and
in the
I
garage.
should-
Okay.
All
Yeah.
the
It's just-
supports are
it
still
was
on
neat
them.
to see that they
It
exist.
hasn't been
yeah, they're cool.
cleaned
They're real
or
people. Like wow.
cured.
No.
So that's why I say I don't even
But
know if it's
if you wanted to
technically
see me
good
explode,
Yeah.
if
Because
would've-
I never
'cause they're
cleaned
cute.
or cured it.
Oh,
And then
okay.
accidentally bumped into
So-
women.
You
Oh
didn't-
my
yeah,
goodness.
you didn't
Could
take
you
it out of the
imagine?
thing, so
I
you
would've-
couldn't
No,
even-
Turned
they
into a
came
toy.
I would've,
off of the
okay.
build plate. Came off
probably made a
everything.
strange
It's just they're
noise,
just sitting
and
and,
then
they never
around.
got cleaned or
It's-
cured. So
No.
I
So
see
like half
you actually
melty
making
or
a
like-
strange
I don't know if
noise.
it's half melt.
Then
I haven't even-
attempting to again
it got
make
lost
noises with
in
your
that,
mouth,
that
but it not
corner
work.
of the garage.
Like,
that
you
is
would've
just
just
a
screamed
disaster.
Yeah.
You know,
all
it'd be
that
really
would
crazy
happen,
if,
and
like,
then you
let's say,
would've
like,
just
some weird
stared.
bacteria got in there
Like, you
because,
would've been
like,
like,
they're not
yeah.
curing,
And then
and
been like,
then it grew its own, like, Zelda world inside
thing-
inside of it.
But the,
yep.
I know that's
When-
really.
yeah,
I
What
don't
is
know.
wrong
Like
with
you
your
would just
brain?
you would've just
Why?
I don't
feel
know.
like
I'm just
that's
saying how
what
cool it'd be. Like,
happened.
you
Yeah.
She
open it,
would've
it's
been
like,
like,
think. You're like, oh shit, closed. Like,
yeah,
Like,
no, I think
just
there's
shows
some
okay,
use to
no,
it. I
no,
found
that's not happening. But
few
anyways,
times
maybe one
that
day
I have
maybe
I'll
freaked
actually
out
give
in
you
front of a celebrity.
your present.
yeah, hopefully.
There's,
Maybe
I
one day
think
I'll
know
have to
exactly
finish it.
what's
I don't
going
know.
on.
My life is too
So
busy
they're
though.
just like,
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's all good.
Relax. I'm like,
But yeah, no,
okay,
Tears of the
okay.
Kingdom continues
Yeah.
to ruin my life
Yeah.
because it's
I mean,
such a cool
I won't
fucking
lie.
game, and
When
I
I
can't put
told
it
you,
down.
when I mentioned
And
earlier, I had a meet and greet
one of the
with
cool
Blake
things
Shelton.
is that you
That's
can
exactly what
combine
happened.
weapons
Yeah.
with
Because the way
anything.
that
Yeah,
the meet
and
and
you were
greet
telling me
worked
about
was
that.
like
And,
you stood
on the last
outside,
episode.
and
Yeah,
there was like so like
and then I found out
I'm in
you
line
can,
right
like-
here, but there was like a
So
partition
one of the
like
things
this.
it's like almost
where it's like
infinity.
you walked
Like
around
I
the
just
thing,
didn't
and
realize
then all of a
like
sudden he
certain
was
things
right
would
there.
do
He was
other
in front of
things.
you, but
And
you
I-
couldn't
there-
see
a lot
him
of
or anything
times when you defeat
before.
like little
It was your
creatures that are just
turn.
kind of hanging out.
And so it's
you
like
get the
I
monster
walked
parts.
around,
So
came around
you
the
get, like,
corner,
wings
and then I
like, eyes
just
and stuff. And there's a
stood
few
there. And I mean,
three-headed
it was
dragons
not
that
like
are
this
really hard
'cause
to
he's a
beat.
giant.
And then
He's
I
like
found out that if
6'4".
you combine like an
But
arrow
I
with
was
an
just like-
eye, it does like a homing
And he literally
beacon
was like,
to the like the
over.
hard
Come-
the whatever
come
like
over
the
here. And I was just like, okay.
the most sensitive part of the dragon is. And then if you
Like,
get
just
like
not words.
Yeah.
so if
And
you
then,
get like a
like,
wing
I
bat,
had
but like from like a
I
region
had a
where there's
cup
like
made for
electrical
him,
based,
and so like
then
I
you get
had that in
electrical
my hand.
based
I was like,
eye, and then it
we
gives them
do
electrical
this.
damage,
Like,
or
it
if you
was
get like
just-
a
oh,
fire
it's
based
just, man, it was just
fire
all
damage,
bad.
like
And then the
different
picture that I
elements
took
go
with
into
it,
it.
It's a beautiful
So
picture.
it's like, it's
but I
really
won't
crazy.
lie.
Like, I
ended
literally
having
spent half my
edit the
time
picture because my
just finding shit
smile
to combine
was
weapons with.
so big.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot in
I swear
Skyrim.
to God,
Yeah.
I look
Because
like
I
a crazy
remember
person.
Skyrim, like that was like my
Because I
favorite
was
part
like-
was just
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
like the blacksmith
just-
like thing and
Yeah.
just seeing
Yeah,
what I
just- oh,
create.
no,
like
it was
I
so
would just
bad.
go
Yes.
around and just collect
Yeah.
all the things. I remember
So
I was
Blake,
like
I'm sorry,
literally
man.
like overburdened almost the
I wish
entire
I
time
could
playing
meet-
this game.
Yeah.
Because I would
Like
just
the-
run
a
around and go
celebrity
try to
that I've
find
actually,
all the shit I
like,
could
think is
find,
cool
and then go
while I'm,
straight over to
like,
the blacksmith
drinking.
thing or
'Cause
go
then I
to like
would not give a
the
fuck.
fucking
Just, like,
alchemy
it takes
table
the-
or whatever. And I was
Yeah.
like, what can I make?
Okay.
And I would just like
How's it
combine
going?
all the
Like,
By the
things and
way-
like I
Yeah,
remember
like,
there
he was
was
cool
in
about it.
Skyrim 2
Totally
like when you were
in
doing
love
like
with
the
you.
alchemy
Just
or
so
whatever.
you know.
Yeah,
If you
just side
found
note,
a
Whatever.
pretty rad.
like if you found like something
Yeah.
new,
I dig
and you didn't know what
what
it
you're putting
did,
out.
you
For
could actually
sure.
eat it.
By the way,
And
I
it
get your
would
married,
tell you
and this will
like
never
at least like
happen,
one
but,
of like the like
Hey, you know,
things
if ever,
that
if ever
that
there's a
specific
chance,
thing
Yeah.
was
you
good
get a
for.
little-
Oh, okay.
And I remember I would
That
do that
whole
all the time. I'd be
pack?
like, oh, this is
Shit.
new, eat it. and I would just eat it, and then all of a sudden it would be like half poison, and it would be like, you're not feeling too good, but you figured this out, and I was like, sweet. Like, I have a tummy ache, but I'm good because I figured out that this makes poison. Like,
So they also have
Oh
things
my
where you
God,
can
no,
make
I
vehicles.
genuinely,
yeah.
And
No,
like
it
that's
would be
another whole
bad.
thing
It would
is that you
be-
can actually not only can you find parts throughout the world, but you can also go and when you're so there's 3 levels to the world of Hyrule in this game. So there's the sky world where it's like floating fucking villages and shit, and then there's the regular like where everyone lives, the castles and stuff, and then there's the underneath. And so you go up to the top levels and they have these like they're like the quarter machines for like that we use for like gumballs and shit, but they're all parts for fucking whatever you need. So they have like wheels and bases and steering columns, and like one of them is like a platform, but it flies, like it's shaped like wings, and it flies for a little while, and you can basically configure them however the fuck you want. And there's a new feature, or I guess it's not new, but it's more commonly discovered, but it's they have an auto build feature. So once you build something, you can save that contraption, and so people are building like death fucking machines, and they literally, because one of the things is like a unicorn, but at the end of it shoots out a laser. So they'll put a bunch of lasers like on a wheel, so they're constantly rotating. And then we have portable cooking stations, but they also double as ball joints, so you can put the wheel to that, so it's constantly going like this while spinning around. And then they'll put them on like the bottom of the platform that flies, and they'll go to fight like a dragon or something that's like a big boss, and they'll literally launch it in the air. Oh, and they have homing beacons, so you can do the homing beacon, so it'll always go to the enemy. And then as they're in like about to start the battle, they'll launch that thing, and it literally kills. Like, it's crazy.
I feel like that's almost cheating at that point.
It's not cheating because you have to be super like. It is like a lot of Zelda with this the new features they have. You can work around a lot of the shit that they kind of put there for you to be as a barrier. But that's kind of the beauty of the game, is you can play it however you want. Like, you can literally build these things and it makes it easier, but there's still so much to the game that it doesn't matter. Like, even if you did, like, the depths below, it's all dark. You can't see shit. It's literally just black. And you find these seeds that are like light flowers, and you can launch them with arrows, and you're slowly like finding these shrines and then lighting up the darkness. Like, there's so much to this game. It's literally like it's I've had to put myself on timeouts from the game. Like, if I play over a certain amount of hours, I'm like, okay, enough.
And then everyone can see my PlayStation sitting here just collecting dust at this point, because I haven't touched it in months.
Well, you're busy.
I'm sorry.
I know. I've been debating about buying one. It's on
I
my
love
list.
you. I promise. We'll play again soon. Like, look, see my angry little shark up there? That's a present from Matt. Mr. Matt Neely from Flying Monkey Con.
Ooh.
Which, another shameless plug. I will be at Flying Monkey Con in September. That is a Warhammer convention in Wichita, Kansas. So if anybody's in Wichita or near Wichita or not near and you just want to come to the convention,
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Go hang out.
Yeah, come see me.
I'm
and
sure you'll
come,
have a lot of people come and see you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be selling dice, so I'll have a booth. So
There you go.
y'all can come see me, buy some dice, or just come hang out with me. So whatever.
I will
Cool.
not be there. I will be at home.
No, Frank sucks. He won't
I
be there.
will be doing something else.
What will you be doing, Frank?
Probably playing Zelda.
Oh, probably. Yeah, probably. Because
We'll see.
That's you live for that.
I might beat it soon, so we'll see.
Oh no! And
I
then what
know.
will you do with your life, Frank?
I guess finish Hogwarts Legacy or something. I don't know. I've talked to a lot of people that have done the same thing, where they kind of got fed up with it.
With Hogwarts?
Yeah, like, it's just like, I don't know. There's something about like the missions are super far away from each other a lot of times.
Yeah.
And then I think that, like, even though you have the broom and it's cool, it's still super tedious. And even though you can, like, get the flu powder and go from place to place, it's still kind of like, it feels chunky. It feels not, like,
I can
quick.
see that.
And so sometimes, like, I don't know. It's fun, but it wasn't like, it's not like Zelda fun or Skyrim fun where I could just play for fucking hours. Like, I honestly kind of had to, like, push my, like, no, we'll play for like another hour. And like, you get caught up in it kind of, but not the same.
See, I feel like obviously, like, I was really excited about that game, and I haven't played in months, but that's mostly because I've been super, super busy with work. But I mean, I thought it was fun, but I can understand what you're saying too.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's not like I've been like jonesing to play. Like, even though, like, I haven't played in months, it's just kind of like, meh.
Yeah, like, when I get to it, I guess.
Yeah, if I get around to it,
Yeah.
I'll play again. But for right now, I'm busy. I can't, so...
I'm like almost
Whatever,
mad I'm
no big
running out of
deal.
game. I can't believe I beat freaking Jedi Survivor so quickly.
Really?
Like, I still have a ton of side missions, and I'm going to go back and play them. But the thing is that they still... I mean, I don't know if they've even fixed... Because by the time I was done playing the game, the gameplay was still really shitty. Like, I would be losing frame rates constantly, and I have to wait. But, yeah, the story... I think the first one was better than the second one, story-wise.
I've never really been into the Star Wars games.
No. They're fun.
No. Like, I mean,
do like
honestly,
them.
though, like... I don't think I've really been into, like, too much as far as, like, the extra Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I recently am just getting into Rebels, which I'm actually really enjoying. I wish, though, like, spoiler alert, but I wish that Kanan didn't wear that stupid fucking face mask all the time, okay?
Yeah.
He looks so much cooler without it.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen it. If you haven't seen it and you don't want to know anything, leave now. But the man is blind, okay? He gets blinded by Maul, and, like, he looks really cool. Like, I expected his whole face to be missing. Like, come on, you just, you took a lightsaber to the eyeball sockets. Like, all this should be gone. It should just be burnt away. But instead, they just made his eyeballs white, and he has, like, a little, like, kind of, like, scarring on his face. But he looks really cool, and you can tell that he's blind. But he wears this, like, giant fucking mask that goes from, like, his cheekbones, like, all the way up, like, to, like, half of, like, the top of his skull or whatever, and it just looks weird.
I wonder if the mask... I don't think they explain it ever, but I wonder if the mask has some kind of force sensitivity to it.
I don't think it does. It hasn't been explained or anything, but, like, I was, like, trying to kind of figure it out, and, like, Corey was saying that maybe it's because, like, it does help him be more force sensitive because it like
it covers everything, so it allows him to like concentrate more on what's like the feeling of the force.
So I was like, okay, maybe, but then at the same time, like, bitch, you already can't see. Like, you're already blind. It's already dark.
That's
like,
true.
that's not doing anything. Like, it's just covering your face for other people. But maybe that's what it is. Maybe he doesn't want people to know he's blind.
Yeah, that's true.
Because,
like,
nobody, I don't think anybody really knows. It's not like he's announcing it to the world.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I could see that more than anything, because then, like, maybe if they know he's blind, they know, like, I don't know, that he's depending on the force more than normal or something.
So, I mean, that's the only logical thing I can think of, is that he's hiding the fact that he's blind from, like, other people.
Yeah.
But then at the same, but he just looks so much cooler without it. Like, I mean, and even they could have picked a cooler mask, I feel like. If that was the case, like, just do, like, one that covers, like, just the eyes. Like, why is he wearing this thing that goes from, like, his cheekbones all the way up to, like, the top of his head? Like, that's just silly.
I do agree. I think if you're wearing a mask in the Star Wars universe, it has to be something super iconic. Just because, like, the first mask, Darth Vader's mask, and everything we've gotten since. So, like, Darth Vader, there was Darth Revan who wore a mask. Darth Malak kind of wore a mask, but it's more because his jaw was, like, ripped off, so it was like a mechanical, like, jaw thing. But it never opened.
I think it's hilarious that everybody that you're mentioning is a fucking Sith that wore a mask.
Yeah, they don't. I think there's
like
Jedi.
No Jedi that wear masks except for Kanan Jarrus because he's fucking blind.
I believe there is like one or two Jedi that do wear masks, but yeah, it's not really. Well, I think for the most part, aside from like holocrons, there's not really too many like items that are imbued with like the Force, unless it's like Sith were really good at that. Sith, fucking everything had the Force in it. Their fucking journals had the fucking Force in it. You know what I mean? Like, they would do that. So I wonder if I probably have read this somewhere, but I'm pretty sure I read that Sith were more attuned to like imbuing things with the Force than like light people were. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know. I like Ahsoka though. She's pretty rad.
The show, I just watched the trailer again. Can I turn the fan on? It's kind of hot.
Yeah, sure, if you want to.
Sorry, weird. But yeah, I remember I watched the trailer again, and I just remember I was watching. I was like, oh my god, this looks so good. Like, I'm excited to see what Ahsoka brings to the Star Wars universe, being like post Jedi Council. You know?
Yeah. Well, I also read too that like Ahsoka is, because like I was, doing research because I'm watching Rebels, obviously. And, like, I was told, too, that, like, watching Rebels is, like, like what's the word I'm trying to find? Important, I guess.
Yes.
Before you actually watch the show, like before you watch Ahsoka the show. But like I read something that she is like the embodiment of the light. She is like the embodiment of the light side of the Force. Because like I guess like there's like a thing that happens. So like I don't know if you know, but like she has like an owl that constantly like follows her around.
Yeah.
And that is supposedly like the spirit of like
of the
of
Force.
kind of like the Force, but like of like the old like the other person who used to be like the embodiment of light. I guess something happens where like she saves this person, and like that person, like Ahsoka, I guess, was like dead basically, and then this person like gives her life force to Ahsoka, which basically makes Ahsoka the embodiment of the light side of the Force. And so like that's like her whole.
Well, I know that
deal.
there's an episode, and it's been a while since I've watched it, but there's an episode in Clone Wars where Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka meet the Force. They meet like the physical embodiments of the light side, the dark side, and there's like their father. So there's his children are the light and the dark side, and he's just, I think, like the Force in total. And so Anakin actually gets bewitched by the dark side for a little bit. And it kind of
for a little bit,
right? And it foreshadows everything that happens later.
Yeah.
But it did change a lot of how you look at the Force, and so I can't remember if they do that in that episode. I'm sure they probably did.
I think that is.
So,
I think that might be the episode that like I'm talking about or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that like she saves that person, and that person like gives her life force, and then that basically turns Ahsoka into the light side of the Force. So she's like the full embodiment of it, which I think is really, really cool.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I really like Ahsoka. There was only one part in the show in Rebels so far that kind of bothered me with her, and she held the lightsaber wrong.
What do you mean she held the lightsaber wrong?
Because Ahsoka always holds it backwards.
Well, she's trained in two different forms. So
I know,
maybe...
but it's just every single time I see her, she's the one forward and the one backward.
Yes.
And there was a time when they were both forward, and I'm all, no, bitch. That's not how you hold those.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's was she defending? Because I'm pretty sure when they hold them both forward, it's specifically maybe
I don't
for
remember.
that.
I don't remember. I just remember being upset, and I was
Yeah,
like,
you're
no,
like, no.
Incorrect. That is wrong. That is not how you hold those.
You know, I heard a really interesting argument the other day. So, gray Jedi aren't canon at all.
What?
They never have been.
What do you mean?
Gray Jedi was something that was thought
Oh,
of.
gray. I thought you
Yes.
said great. I was
Oh.
like, what do you mean? There's
Sorry.
no great Jedi? What
Sorry,
the fuck
excuse
do you mean?
my
Like,
my springtime allergies. But they no, there's no gray Jedi are not canon. That's not like a real thing. So people have been arguing that because like Ahsoka.
well, she's not a Jedi.
But that right? So that's the thing.
That's
she's not.
the thing. She's
just
not a Jedi.
So,
she was kicked out of the Jedi Order, and she never went back. She's not technically a Jedi.
She's
She's
a
still
Force user.
Yeah, she's a Force user. She's still very
Exactly.
Force sensitive, but she's not a Jedi. She says that repetitively because
Yeah.
people constantly still call her a Jedi, and she constantly corrects them and
Yeah,
goes,
it's like,
"I am
no.
not a Jedi. I am not."
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and it's as plain and simple as that. Like,
And she
she's
doesn't
not.
follow the tenets. Like she does kind of her own thing. And I think that's kind of a interesting thing. I think people really like the idea of like a light user using like dark powers, which is really where that came from. And I think people have been applying it to different things just to kind of get Grey Jedi off the ground. You know, they're trying to make fucking fetch happen. And it's like, no, like, I don't know. I kind of, once I heard that, I was like, yeah, I've never been a fan. A friend of mine years ago got a Grey Jedi tattoo, and I was like, Grey? I know I can't say that, but come on. It was ridiculous. It was like, dude, that's not a real thing in Star Wars. And he was like, I don't care. And I was like, but it's not a real thing in Star Wars.
Yeah.
So,
So like I love her and I love like that concept because I've never gone like really fully to either side. Like the Jedi are flawed.
yes.
The Sith are flawed.
Yes.
I definitely fall somewhere in the middle. Like and
Sure.
like so like I think that's why I like Ahsoka so much is because
Yeah.
she's in the middle. She's not a Jedi. She's not a Sith. She understands pretty much kind of both sides and she kind of like utilizes a little bit of both. Like and I feel like that's good.
Right?
Like,
Yeah, because
and
it's...
I think Maul even says something in Rebels too, where he mentions something like because they're again, spoiler alert, they're trying to get like both the holocrons or whatever, and like both the holocrons apparently like hold like the secrets of both the Jedi and the Sith and everything like that. And it's like he says something like you have to fully understand your enemy to be able to like defeat them, basically. And I'm like, that kind of makes sense, you know, like you should understand both sides. Like the Jedi were flawed in that way, and not fully trying to understand like the Sith and like utilizing like what they use. Like don't get me wrong, I understand like you don't want to be so quick to anger and things like that, but understanding how you could actually utilize your anger for good probably would have been a good thing for the Jedi to be able to do.
I think it's much more like the attachments thing, or like
that part
like
bothers
that,
me because they all have attachments.
Yeah,
you can't tell me that they don't have attachments. You can't tell me that fucking Obi-Wan didn't actually love Anakin, because he absolutely did. That's an attachment.
Yeah.
Attachments make you stronger, if anything. Like, they should have just opened up to that attachments thing, and we would have never had any problems.
Yeah.
No
Also,
problems.
more Jedi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's pretty well known that, like, if you are force sensitive, your children
would be force sensitive.
So,
exactly.
like,
Start
what are we
whipping out
doing
them
here?
babies.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, look at Luke and Leia.
Right?
Fucking Anakin had...
Padme, more like Pad Mama. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Well, I mean, look at it. Anakin had two of the most powerful fucking... like, people that come with the Force. Like, dude, like, more. Can you imagine Obi-Wan's kids? I'd have Obi-Wan's kids.
Of course you would.
Call me.
Of course. No, yeah, I think it would have been way different. You know, I don't know. I really liked Did you watch the Jedi Tales or whatever?
No, I haven't.
It's
like I said, I'm just finally
yeah.
getting into it. I tried watching Clone Wars, and it was very hard to get into in the beginning.
Tough. It's slow.
Because it's slow, and it starts off very kiddie. Like, it's very much for kids in the beginning, and it was very, very hard for me to kind of get into it. But like Corey was watching it, and so like he would just watch it without me, and he just kept watching episodes, and like slowly but surely it was like it started to actually get good.
Yeah.
And like I'm sitting there and he's watching and I'm just playing around on my phone, and next thing you know I'd be like this, and I'd look up and I would just sit there and be watching it with my phone in my hand for like 10 minutes, and next thing you know I'd be like, oh, this is not what I was doing.
Yeah.
Like, what am I? But I fell in love with fucking Ventress, Asajj Ventress. Whew.
Oh, yeah,
I was like, she's my favorite. Like, every single time she was on screen, I got completely
Yeah.
distracted. Like, and she has one of the most amazing stories, because even though I didn't watch it, I really loved her character, and I ended up just looking up like everything about her character, and her story is so tragic, but so like beautiful in all the ways. Like, she's just a roller coaster. Like, because she's like, you know, she started off like being taken from her family, and then she gets freaking like sold into slavery or some bullshit, and then saved by a Jedi, and then starts training as a Jedi, and then her Jedi master gets like murdered, and then she turns to the dark side, and then fucking comes out of the dark side because then she like falls in love with the Jedi or something, and then the Jedi dies, and then she goes back to the dark side. She's just a roller coaster of things and emotions and greatness, and I loved her character. I just absolutely loved her character, and in the end she has just a great arc, and I love her. She's great. So, who knows? Next cosplay? Me? Asajj Ventress? Ooh.
Could be kind of
Yes.
cool.
Ooh.
I'm going to change the subject. But did you start watching Invincible?
No. I think I watched like one episode of it, and I
Okay.
was really bored, and I didn't like it.
No!
I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
didn't
God.
like it at all. I got real bored.
Did you even watch the end of the first episode? Do you remember that? Okay. If you
No,
haven't
I
watched
got
Invincible,
bored.
oh my God, no. Okay. So,
Sorry.
I will admit, the first episode's pretty boring because it's just him whining about, like, I don't have power. My dad's an Omni-Man. But and I'm going to spoil this. Watch it. They're about to start season 2, so if you haven't watched the show, the show's been out for fucking years, so whatever. But basically, you realize Omni-Man is his dad, and he's, like, our Superman, but in that world. And at the end of the episode, you find out they have, like, their own version of the Justice League. Right? So at the end of the episode, one of the people from the Justice League shows up at their headquarters, and then another person shows up, and they're like, did you call this meeting? No, did you call this meeting? And they don't know why they're there. And there's like a silence. Their version of the Flash pushes another one out of the way. Omni-Man comes flying in, was about to kill one of them, and you're like, "What's going on?" And he just murders every person in their Justice League, and you're like, "What? Why?" And that's what kicks off like the whole thing. So I will admit the first episode is boring, but the payoff at the end of it is fucking
like I tried because I was like I heard really good things and I just got bored like almost immediately and I was like I don't like this. I'm not gonna commit my life to it. So I gave up.
It's good.
So sorry.
That's fine. It's okay.
Instead I sit here and I watch my super bad garbage TV. Like right now I am literally watching Married at First Sight. Dude, these people, man.
I can't.
These people, man. I love all these garbage reality TV shows. I don't know what happened to me. I don't know where this came from, but all of a sudden it's my bread and butter, man. I'm so into it.
It's too much.
Like it started with I don't even remember which show came first, but it was like one of the dating shows was the one that was like first, and then all of a sudden it just spiraled from there. It was like all of a sudden I'm watching all the Too Hot to Handles. I'm watching Perfect Match. I'm watching this. I'm watching that.
I really
like
got into
The Circle. The Circle was my gateway drug.
Was that where they switched partners?
No, The Circle is the social media experiment TV show on Netflix.
Yes,
where it's like they all live in like separate apartments and they can either catfish as somebody or they can play themselves.
Yeah.
I think that was like my gateway drug into like this reality TV shows because I've never really been into reality TV shows. Yeah. It wasn't really my thing. Okay. And then I started watching The Circle, and the next thing you know, it just spiraled out of control from there. And now I'm watching all these reality TV shows, and now I'm getting all into all of them, and now I'm just garbage TV all day. It's
a tough one. So my first one that I really got into, and I used to talk mad shit on it, was Jersey Shore. Like I
still haven't watched that one.
When Jersey Shore first came out, I was talking so much shit on it, and then I finally watched an episode. And I was like, "This is the best television show ever fucking made." And
because it's like a train wreck that you just can't look away from.
Yeah. Like, I didn't even know because season 1 Jersey Shore. Do you know who Angelina is? Do you understand the reference?
No, I don't know who that is. The only one I know is the Snooki and the Situation.
Okay.
Those are the only two.
So there's a bunch of them, but I had started watching I think episode 6 or 7. Well, season 1, Angelina, one of the cast members, she actually leaves the show like I think 3 or 4 episodes in. I forget what happens, but she leaves. And I didn't even know she was a part of the cast until season 2 because I just finished watching what I was watching to the end of the season. Yeah. I was like, who the fuck is this bitch? And then I find out what happened. I was like, oh, okay. And then she comes back and now she's part of the whole thing. But yeah, that like if you've never watched Jersey Shore, I highly recommend it. If you love fucking the craziest shit you've ever wanted to fucking see, I watch the highlights now because they got back together and started doing the show again. So I watch the highlights on YouTube now. I don't actually watch the full show because I can't handle it. Also, I know again that show led me to watch fucking what's the fiance one, the
90 Day Fiance.
I started watching those shows. Oh, ridiculous.
Okay, I will say though, this show is probably like the Married at First Sight one.
Yeah.
Is probably the cringiest of all like the shows that I've watched. Like as far as like reality shows, like I usually watch it while I'm like working, so like while I'm like sanding or like doing stuff, whatever. It's just kind of on in the background. But there are times when I literally am like it's on and I have to like pause it because I'm literally like, oh my god, these people.
Yeah.
Why? How? What is? You know you're on camera, like right? Like you're like everyone's gonna see this.
That's the crazy thing to me is like I don't understand how they still act the way that they do in front of the camera because you're like people are seeing everything.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's not like, and it's like they do like the little confessionals and stuff like that and things, and I'm like. You realize that the people that you're talking about will see this eventually. Right? Like, it just because it's a confessional does not mean it's a secret. Like, you're on camera. They're gonna...
I think that's part of it. So I recently read a sheet they put out for, like, the description of they're looking for reality stars. And one of the biggest things on there that they emphasize is, can you act the way you're going to act at all times? Like, you can't change who you are because of the cameras.
Yeah.
So they kind of find people that are willing to commit to that. So
Yeah, it's just
It's tough.
still though.
I was watching one where they basically find two people that have a specific problem in their relationship, and two people have like the opposite problem, and then they switch partners for like a week or something, and so these two partners that switched and they get together, they were both like party animals, so they get to party with they were like, yeah, well, we're gonna do fine because we're gonna party with each other the whole time, and the other two were more sensible, more like we want to settle down kind of thing. And so the two party animals, the whole time you're like, oh my god, they're gonna hook up with each other, like there's no way, like they're flirting with each other, they're sleeping in the same bed, and the show eggs it on, you know, they want their dramatic moment. Well, they after the week and they switched back, the guy like never left the fucking vacation. He was like, yeah, dude, I don't know, I tried to pull a move and she got mad because I tried to pull a move, and like the other girl, like she flipped, I think for the sake of saving her marriage, and not so much like, I think the guy was paying a lot of her bills and stuff, so I think had that not been like a big problem, she would have said fuck it and fucking got with him. But it was ridiculous. I was like, this show's just ruining I mean, not to say that these marriages or like these relationships are the most stable anyways, but it was just, I was like, oh my god, I fucking can't.
Yeah, the other one that I just recently watched that I ended up getting really into, which was also very cringy, was The Ultimatum. That one's on Netflix.
Please explain.
So, you had like, I think there was like 5 or 6 couples that they brought on this show. One of them wanted to get married. The other one didn't. So, the one that wants to get married gives the ultimatum to their significant other. And then what happens is they do an experiment basically where they take these couples and then they let them kind of hang out with each other and everything. And then the person who gave the ultimatum chooses a new partner out of all the people that are like obviously the opposite sex or whatever person that's there. And so then what they do is whoever they choose, they spend 3 weeks living with that person in a trial marriage. So they break up with their significant other. You are now broken up with your significant other, and you're going to live with this other person for 3 weeks that you're basically mostly compatible with, and see if that person would be a better fit for you.
And anything goes, like
pretty much anything goes. Yeah. But here's the thing. All of these people agreed to be on the show, agreed to do the whole anything goes break up thing.
Yeah.
And these people got so mad about everything.
Yeah.
Even though, like, they were doing stuff wrong, they were still getting mad at their significant other for doing the same thing that they did. And it's just like, what is happening? So you live with this other person for 3 weeks. But then after that 3 weeks is over, you go back and you live with your original significant other, do the same thing for 3 weeks. And then after that is all over, you have to decide whether you want to stay with your person and get married and like become engaged, or whether you want to break up completely, or whether you want to go off with somebody else and you want to be with that person that you spent the first 3 weeks with.
That's interesting.
It was insane.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The drama on that one
what happens more
was next level.
What does it, is it more that they break up or more that they switch partners?
It was kind of strange. It was more that they ended up going back with their original person.
Huh.
Like, some people got engaged even before the experiment started.
Yeah.
Like, some people, like, got, like, the fear of God put into them that their person was going to go live with somebody else for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And they, like, proposed on the spot, like, before picking a new person. Like, it was kind of crazy. And then all of a sudden, some people went and did the experiment stuff. And, like, it was just weird that, a lot of them ended up going right back with their original person. And I was like, because it was weird because some of them had an amazing experience with the other person.
Yeah.
Yet they went back to that original person that they had all the problems with. And I was just kind of like, what? Like, just, it was a wild ride. It was a real wild ride. I highly recommend it if anybody likes drama and you want that in your life. You want other people's drama. You don't want drama in your own life. But other people's drama, I live for it. So, yeah. It's great. I love that.
Have you ever seen Total Drama Island?
Total Drama
I think it's called Total Drama Island.
No, but I will look that up.
It's a cartoon reality show. They have that one. That was done by Cartoon Network, and it's like their version of Survivor. Mm-hmm. And so that one's pretty interesting.
That's funny.
And then there was another one that was done by Comedy Central. I forget what it was called. It's bothered me that I don't know the name because I watched it like profusely. I've even watched it a few times. But the premise is that they take these cartoon characters from different cartoons. They have one guy that's supposed to be like Superman, and then one guy is supposed to be like a weird cartoon from like the 30s, or one girl's basically supposed to be Betty Boop, and then one person, one person's supposed to be Link, and all these different things. And because Comedy Central did it, they went like super dirty and crazy. One of the best shows I've ever watched in my fucking life. It's super fucking funny. Like, the girl that's Betty Boop she's like a super whore, and she's just like disgusting. Like, nobody wants to like mess. She's always like the most sloppiest drunk.
Oh my god.
And everything. And then Link realizes that he's gay. Like, it's super funny. It's hilarious. The whole show is great. In every episode, it's like always something different. But it's always, they're making fun of reality TV shows as well. But I don't know. Both of those. Total Drama Island was a little more like, because it was for kids too, but they did kind of do a lot of adult jokes. But that one, like, it's pretty interesting if you're into like that whole thing. But yeah,
check it out.
Yeah, and they did a few of them too. They did like a few like spin-offs and stuff. So
me and my stupid reality TV, my garbage TV. I love it.
No, I get it.
Final thoughts.
Final
Anything?
thoughts is you guys should try this drink because it's amazing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was pretty good. I finished mine as well.
Yeah.
It's now lay empty. So
it's in the empty cup club, if you will.
It was very good. A little sticky though because of the
I kept having to lick my hands.
The simple syrup and the sugar, but other than that,
definitely check it out.
Top tier. We didn't really have a topic today, so there's not really
weird stuff.
Yeah, not really final thoughts.
But
we can really
I will say this.
This.
I ordered your Nerdoholics shirt from a company, and it's gonna be here, and it'll be better quality than this one because this one actually I got.
Oh,
printed.
so you never even got me a shirt? Is
No,
what you're saying?
I did. So
okay.
I went ahead and I ordered from this, but it wasn't. This print's actually terrible, so I haven't washed it because it's gonna come off.
Oh, okay.
So I went ahead and did a thing with Printify, and we now have some available. So by the time this episode goes up, people can buy shirts. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Get our merch, guys.
Yeah, you can buy our merch. So if you like the logo and you want to help support, it will look more or less like this because it's the same design, but it'll be much better printed. So I'll put the link in the description, and you guys can check it out and buy shirts.
Hell yeah.
And make it easier on us to make these episodes because it would be nice.
That would be great. We love you guys.
We do. And we want to do more things. We want to go to more conventions and stuff, and that'll help us out to be able to do
more
that.
meet and greets and stuff and things and yes.
Yes, 100%.
Absolutely.
And eventually, maybe we'll do cool giveaway stuff because that would be super sweet.
Yeah,
if we could do that.
that would be rad.
So, anyways, that's all I have to say besides follow us on social media.
Yeah, find us on all the socials, guys. It's on the page. You can see it if you're watching the video.
It's true.
I don't know. It's
there.
backwards. It's there for me. This is awkward with my arm. Anyways, and then it's on the other side for Frank. I don't know, but yeah.
For sure. And thank you everyone that's been supporting the page. Honestly, our Instagram blows up all the freaking time. It's nuts. The last video we put out, we got some new special work because it got like 2,500 likes.
Hell yeah.
So thank you guys for watching it. Like, it really helps us out that you guys are supporting the drinks. You like the drinks. It would be kind of cool if you guys would tell us what kind of drinks you want to see more of.
Yeah. Give us drink suggestions if you guys want to.
Let us know, and we'll see if we can make them. That'd be pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys.
Y'all are rad. Mwah.